at any given time, there were no more than 200 members of this community living here, and apparently they didn't have any women. Okay, so it was a bit like a kind of an ancient Jewish form of a monastery, right? Very quiet. And and the reason why they lived here, of course, was to keep away from the distractions of the everyday life and just to focus on what was important to them, which was the spirit. Okay, so this is a very religious site in those days at the time of Jesus. I just want to remind everyone that just a few miles away, John the Baptist operated. Okay, and by the way, some scholars try to imply that perhaps John the Baptist was affiliated with the Essenes. There's absolutely no, proof that he had any affiliation with these people. The main reason for that, by the way, why some would claim that there's some connections, is that the main ritual here was ritual bathing. Okay, and so beyond any proportion of the number of people who lived here, archaeologists discovered quite a few ritual baths, just like the ones we saw yesterday at the Temple Mount. So this was the little compound, okay, which became their home for a while. And then over there on that side over there, you see the cliffs. These were the very first caves, okay? And so when we think about the caves where the scrolls were found, the first one, okay, the story of the Bedouins, went in and saw that. It's one of those caves on that side. Now, 4 of the 11 are on this side. The remaining 7 are on the other side, okay? So we're going to walk through the ruins of this community, and I'm going to show you to Cave 4, which is where the vast majority of the smaller fragments of scrolls were found. Remember that not all the scrolls, in fact, most of them were found in a pretty poor state, thousands and thousands of smaller fragments, and it was a bit like, a puzzle, that had to be pieced together. A jigsaw puzzle that you put the pieces together. It was extremely difficult, in the early years of the research into those scrolls, because we're talking about 1950s. They didn't have those softwares that they're using today, so everything had to be done by hand, and it was a very tedious, process. So let me show you now into the main part of the site.